When is an unboxing not an unboxing? When it's closure. We can all agree that this unboxing is long overdue. And for such a special occasion, I thought I'd have a special setup. I'm here on vacation with the family, taking a jeffing off time out, as it were. And I brought the final Nocturnal Reader's Box with me here on vacation so I can just sort of close a loop, end a chapter, tie up a loose end that's been lingering since, October of 2018. And just do the final box that I never did. This was the most contentious Nocturnal Reader's Box. It was sort of the sent out at the very end of that otherwise very successful run, but it just kind of went off the rails there at the end, and it's over, sadly. I liked a lot of the stuff that came in the box, but then other things started bubbling up, things people were talking about, and a lot of he said, lawyer said, this guy said, and it was just all got really ugly. And there were a lot of bad players involved, and I'm not here to mitigate all that. I'm not here to air that out or litigate that. I meant litigate. I'm working on the fly here. I'm in a hot tub with no water, so you gotta kind of forgive some of this crap. Anyway, it was unfortunate. Didn't have to end like that, but it did end, and here we all are. I did try another subscription box service. Jeff, roll the tape for these people. Let them see how that turned out. So I will say the magazine didn't really travel that well. It's kind of bent here and bent here, but it's not in a box. That's what's going to happen. All right, now this edges here you can see of the dust jacket are all banged up, all turned up a little bit. That's some dinged corners there, man. Dinged. Yeah, it didn't turn out all that great. So I'm kind of off subscription box services, although it is so fun to get those packages in the mail and you don't know, exactly what you're going to get, and to check it out, it's always a thrill. So, but I've learned my lesson. Fool me once, all that. But here it is. The June 2018 box that was delivered in October of 2018 and ended a whole thing. Let's do this. Let's do this for the kids. So, I've seen pictures of what's in this Nocturnal Reader's Box a long time ago, but I don't remember. This was a water bottle. I don't remember what it goes to, but it's like, I don't know. I'll look it up. There's probably a card in here that tells me what this is. This water bottle. Apparently, when these boxes came out, a lot of people got two different kinds of water bottles. One was really just sort of not part of the box. It was just a water bottle thrown in. So I'll see what the card says about that. Paperback from the Gathering Dark by Christopher Golden. I have a couple of co-authored books by Christopher Golden. I think he co-authored with James Moore the Bloodstained Oz and the Bloodstained Wonderland books. So this is cool. I do believe that this is like a part of a series, and it's like the third book in a series. People griped about that too. Oh, the other book here is Nick Mamatas' I Am Providence, which is cool. I've read a Nick Mamatas book that I really liked called The Last Weekend. I got it from PS Publishing. So I dig that author. It's a cool book to have. Looks like it's a Lovecraftian book. I don't know. Here's the title. You can take a moment and Google it. Look it up on Amazon and see if it got good reviews. I don't know. You want to buy it from me? excuse me, you could buy it from me for like $80. $85. But if you mention Jeffing Off in your email, I'll take $5 off. Oh, this is perfect for a vacation. It says The Last Man sunglasses, and I believe that's an I Am Legend tie-in. I think they did a movie called The Last Man or Omega Man. I don't know. Anyway, this will come in handy. See, this is why you unbox on vacation. Got my water bottle, and I got my sunglasses. I got my reading material. So what else we got here? What else? Oh my goodness. So it's a pin that has something to do with the Nick Cutter Little Heaven book. This is cool. It's a pin. I'll sell this to you for $200. Mention Jeffing Off, and I'll add $20 to that. And then finally, this is second to final. This is a pretty cool print. I believe this is inspired by Dead Rising, a Brian Keane book. I believe. I'm not sure. And finally, I do remember this. Much hubbub about this shirt. It's a Joe Hill, the Fireman t-shirt. I don't know, can you see it? The Fireman. It's pretty much the most hated of Joe Hill books. I own it, I haven't read it yet. But it's usually at the bottom of everybody's Joe Hill list, which doesn't mean it's a bad book. It's just the worst of a Joe Hill book. You know, I mean, it could still be better than maybe a Bentley Little book. Okay, so anyway, here's the card that from June 2018. Man, June 2018. So the first book is something I never knew existed until earlier this month. Once we read the first one, we had to keep going. This book is part of a series, but it is perfectly fine on its own. Stressed, perfectly fine on its own, which is The Gathering Dark by Christopher Golden. The next was sent to us by the author, and being Lovecraft fans, this one was perfect. It's a fun read wherever you are, whether or not you're a fan. And that's that Nick Mamata's book. The Wearable is Joe Hill. Our wearable this month was difficult to make not look just like a firefighter shirt. We went with a little white on white for our Joe Hill inspired tee for the fireman. I'm reading their words. This is not a scripted video, my friends. Not at all. You could tell. You could tell it's not scripted. And then our pin was something created from my own imagination of what I think the Long Walker from Nick Cutter's Little Heaven looks like. Now, that's a very interesting line in how it's worded here, because by this time, people were coming for Vincent, who owned NRB, and he was coming for them, and there was a big war going on. So he was walking a line at this point, trying to tell people, look, I didn't license this item, I created it from my own imagination, but it was inspired by something I read, so therefore it is loosely connected to the novel, but it is all my intellectual property. It was a bloodbath. You could look it up. You know. And then, yeah, so... Oh, okay. Next is another wearable, but we figured that they would be used for the hot summer sun. Sunglasses labeled with The Last Man, which is a relatively little-known follow-up to Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Oh, I was wrong about the I Am Legend tie-in. That's why this card is so important. Okay, so then... And then we figured we may start branching off a bit on our own horror fiction and could not be happier. We read the book Positive by David Wellington, and we were blown away. It is such an intense ride, and we can't recommend it enough for those apocalyptic fans. Which doesn't say anything about a water bottle on the card, but it's saying, so there's that positive tie-in. all in all, I was really sad to see NRB go. You know, I think whatever you think of how it went down and how the people involved and the owner of NRB or whatever, if it could have worked, I wish it would have. I'd probably still subscribe because it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And now I'm kind of soured on subscription boxes. If anybody wants to send me a free subscription box and that I unbox it for everybody in another clumsy video, I'll do it. And you know, you'll have to live with that I was attached to your brand for even just 1 month. That's on you. You don't have to send me anything. What I do think is interesting, okay, the back of this card says, last is the art. We are at a point where we received so much feedback about the art, and most of it being that we should keep doing it. Last month, our artist was in an accident, couldn't finish his piece in time. So it's little things like that that make us question the decisions. But the art this month made us say nay to the naysayers. This month's art is based on Dead Sea by Brian Keane. And then it says it is done by the incredibly talented Luis Mello. And then illustrations by Party in the Front. So it's interesting. And then finally on the back, painfully, it teases July. And July never happened. I mean, July did happen. The month did happen. July 2018 did exist. You can find it on calendars and in your memories. But it didn't exist for NRB. And anyway, that's the end of this chapter. I bet you people will be surprised to see an NRB unboxing. This is it. It's kind of sad. Pour a little on the curb for the homies. This is coffee because it's like 2 in the afternoon. And I'm at the Wilderness Resort I'm at the Glacier Canyon, which is part of the Wilderness Resort in Wisconsin Dells. I go there about once a year. I love it. I love it. I go into the communal waters of the Dells. This is me imitating my chest hairs when I go into the waters. I'm in water that is touching other people, and my chest hairs floating around. Sometimes a few of them go away. And then the person behind me's got my chest hair. So if you ever want to meet up with me and have a margarita or some coffee, it's fine. It's fine and lovely. We could. But at some point, chest hairs. I've wasted too much of your time. That ain't coffee.